Hello. Today we are gonna be playing with some cards. Now, I don't know any card tricks, I don't know any magic card tricks, so if you're expecting that, I'm gonna disappoint you right from the get-go. However, I do know how to play blackjack, and somewhere in my brain is the knowledge of how to count cards, and I can more or less shuffle cards. So there's that. Got my cards right here. And it's going to be a grand time. These are still relatively in good condition, so you should get very nice sounds. So let's get to it, shall we? How would a magic trick? I should probably turn down the lighting so you guys can actually see the cards. So as soon as I find the lighting switch, I will do that. Let's see if we do this. Nope, that ain't working. Maybe it's just the jokers you can't see. Yeah, okay, it's just the jokers you can't see. That's fine then. Oh look, these have even been organized. That's nice. I was obviously very bored one day. Alright, so since I ain't no joker, I'll put those to the side. Or at least I'm not a very good joker. Overrated Batman villain. He's overrated. He's a boring villain. Not a lot going on. So it's really just gonna be me rambling to myself, talking to myself, drinking from my tankard. That's good stuff. Okay. Yeah. Simple video. I don't do complicated. I believe simplicity is best. And honestly, props to the people who do these very complicated videos. I unfortunately just do not have the attention span or the time really to do this. This is a hobby that I enjoy, and the moment you start making it too complicated, you kind of just stop with your interest. Play around a blackjack, and you already got 21. It is a good thing we ain't, playing for money. Otherwise, I'd be off to a rocky start. So yeah, you got 21. If I can match that, since I'm the dealer, I would beat you. So 18, 28. I went over. Okay, well. That is rude of you. You just beat me at cards in my own home. What do you think? You gonna hit? Alright. Well, I'm gonna hit. Okay. Gonna hit? Ooh. You went over. I'm gonna hit though. Ooh. Now, since you went over, I really didn't need to hit. I could have just stayed and that would have been fine. But to show you up for just utterly humiliating me in that first round. I've actually only been to a casino twice. The first time I went to a casino, it was my birthday, and so a guy in the group that I was with, he gave me $50 as kind of like my birthday present, and you're gonna stay? Okay. And I'm over. Alright, good choice. And so he gave me $50. He's like, alright, you've never gambled before? Here you go. I was like, okay, sweet, I guess that's neat. So he gave me $50, and the slot machines are called the one-armed bandit for a reason, so I went straight with the blackjack tables. Because, I mean, it's really the simplest to get a hold of, and the line wasn't very long. I'm gonna say, probably a good choice. That's unfortunate for you. What's the saying? The house always wins. Anyway, so we go there, and I'm really the only one playing because, well, why not, right? My other friends, they're not much for gambling, and it was my first time, so I guess they just wanted to show. And so I'm like, okay, the moment I make a profit, I'm out. So I'm playing for a bit, and I'm gonna stay. And it took me a second, because apparently there's a whole lot more than just trying to get to 21. There's watching the dealer, watching everyone else's cards. It's like an entire thing. You gonna risk it? Right? Ooh, can you go for a 5-card jack? That's a question, ain't it? 18. If you can get one more, but still remain under 21, you'll beat me. Well, maybe. Ooh. Okay. Anyway, so back to my story. So I'm playing, and the table's full, right? It's filled with like guys who are there like every day. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm not really sure, but they're kind of walking me through it because they're nice like that, and I'm just kind of there, having a fun time. And so every once in a while I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna stay, and they're like, no, you want to hit on that, or like, I'm gonna hit, and they're like, no, you want to stay on that, or you want to double down, or all these technical terms that I don't really know what they mean. And so I'm playing, and I'm like, oh, okay. By the way, that's rude. Again, seriously. I mean, I guess I could do this. I guess I could do that. I guess I could do that. Let's see. That's 19 to your 21. I don't know if I could do it. Screw the yellow. Ooh, and I went over. So we're playing for a while, and I look down, and I have $80. And I'm like, well, that's more than I walked in here with, so it's like, and I'm out. And a lot of the guys at the table are like, what, you're out? You just got here. How are you leaving out already? And I'm like, I made a profit. I'm out of here. So I get out, cash out, $30 more, paid back the $50 that the guy loaned me. He tipped me $10, and so I walked out with $40. And yeah, you know what? I understand why it's addicting. Like, I don't have an addictive personality. Not addictive at all. And, but I was like, no, okay, I kind of understand it. Because you go in, you leave with more money than you enter it, theoretically. Like, obviously I was lucky, but still. And I was like, okay, I kind of get it. And sometimes I was like, yeah, I understood, like, why it would be attractive. Bummer. You win that last round. First and last round, honestly. You're just kicking my butt here. That's just rude. Very rude of you. Yeah, that was my first time in the casino. My second time in the casino was a bit weirder. Because I was just there to deliver a platinum chip, and the next thing I know, this guy named Benny, who sounded an awful lot like Chandler from Friends, he just takes the platinum chip from me, and he leaves me behind. And I'm like, well, now how am I gonna get paid? And you know, you're across the wrong fellow here. So I chased him all over the Mojave Desert, had a bunch of wacky zany adventures with a bunch of wacky zany characters. Found him in his casino, got summoned by his boss, the guy who I was supposed to deliver the chip to. Some weird things happened around the Hoover Dam, and long story short, I think I'm king of New Vegas now. It was a very weird adventure. In case it's not clear, I'm making that story up. Well, I didn't make it up. I stole it from the plotline of Fallout New Vegas. But still. So yeah. Long story short, I've only been in the casino once. Yeah. I'm not a lucky individual, so I tend to stay away from things that can lose me a lot of money, seemingly at random. Or to quote, what's his name? Oh my goodness, it's so depressing that I forgot his name right now. Oh well, O'Connell. I'll call him O'Connell. I only gamble with my life, never my money. That is a line from the movie The Mummy, starring... Oh jeez, what's his name? He played George of the Jungle. He played O'Connell in The Mummy. He was he was in that movie Blast from the Past. He appeared in several episodes of Scrubs. And it's really embarrassing that I can't remember his name right now. Because I like him as an actor. The Ace of Hearts. How very telling. Is this your card? 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 Maybe this is your card. Or maybe this is your card. several more guesses, and I know I'll eventually get your card. I am drinking cider because cider is very, I mean, I know it's not technically the holidays anymore, but it's very holiday-like. I feel like I need to add like cinnamon or something to it, or nutmeg to make it extra nice. Oh well. Yeah. So, my last video, the book review one, I released that would have been the day before New Year's, I believe. Or no, it was the day of New Year's Eve. Which I realize now is basically what I said. Either way, I released it on New Year's Eve, I believe. So now it's appropriate for me to ask, how was your guys' New Year's parties? If you went to one, or did you just have a nice night in? I won't lie, having a nice night in isn't bad. Because sometimes I go out and I think, man, I should have just stayed in. But we've all been there, right? Let's see if I can do this. I haven't done this in a while, so it's gonna be unlikely. Nope. I didn't do it well enough. I think the problem is too, this is wood, as opposed to the felt that you typically see in casinos, which makes it not as good for doing the stuff. You know what we can do? We can do Texas Hold'em. Because I know how to play that. First impressions, you don't have a great hand, but that's okay. Because we aren't playing for money. I think I did that wrong. Yeah, I definitely did that wrong. Okay, then discard. Discard. I think you won because you have the ace and the high card 8. Meanwhile, I only have the ace and the high card 3. Neither of us have any kind of flush or anything like that. No doubles. Actually, wait, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope. Don't even have a straight. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. So, but to be fair, I did the river and the flop wrong. But you know, I'm out of practice. Haven't played poker since high school. So, you know, we'll see. Let's try this again. Okay. So theoretically, I could get a, I forget what it's called, but when they're all the same suit, theoretically. I discard and it's still on the table for me to get one of those, but you have a double pair. Or not a double pair. Actually, no, a double pair. Because you have the 6 and the jacks. Alright, discard and... Oh, okay, yeah, so I don't think I'm winning this one. Unless some miracle happens, which I doubt it. Yeah, so you won that with the double 6s and triple jacks, which is called a... I forget what it's called. I am not a dealer, so I don't know the mumbo jumbo, and most of the time the games I play are board games. I very rarely play casino games. Actually, I almost never play casino games. Oh yeah, I was gonna allegedly teach you how to count cards. I'm not very good at it, because it was one of those things that like I learned to do when I was 14, maybe 15. So the 60s, and I filed it away because I was like, I don't know, maybe this will come in handy one day. I mean, it wouldn't, because it's not like I'm ever going out to a casino with the intention of counting cards. But I filed it away. And so the way it works is each card has a kind of value associated with it. So each card is either a -1, a 0, or a +1. And so a 2, a 1, 2, no, sorry, a 2, 3, 4, 5, those are all -1. And then a 6, 7, 8, 9, those are all zeros, and then a 10, a jack, a king, a queen are all +1, and then aces kind of, I think, are ambiguous because they can obviously either be a +1 or a -1. And so whenever you see a card, a 2, 3, 4, 5, you mentally go, that's -1. And so if you have so this, for instance, this would be -1, and then these would be 0, and then this would be +1, so you'd have a net 0. And I think it's the lower it is, the lower the number is, the higher you want to bid. I might have that backwards. It might be the higher it is. No, I'd imagine it would be the lower it is. And so, for instance, that would be +1, so you're at a +1, and you're at a -1 again, so you're back at 0. That would be a 0. That'd be a +1. That'd be a -1. That'd be a -1. And that'd be a 0. So you're at -1 right now. And so you'd want to bid higher because that means there are more +1s in the deck, and that means you're more likely to get closer to 21. Man, that worked out perfectly. Yeah, so I was right. The lower it is, you want to, for those, if you can't tell, by the way, I got a 19 on that. So, prove my point. Now, obviously, I'm not endorsing counting cards, and now I don't know how it works with multiple decks, which is how casinos do it. They play with several decks mixed into one and whatnot. So I don't know how that would work. Yeah, obviously though, I'm not encouraging counting cards. I mean, it's not illegal, but it can get you in trouble, depending on where you do it. Either way, 0, +1, 0, -1, so you're at 0, +1, -1, +1, 0, -1, yeah, so still at 0, you know how it is. +1, +1, okay, so you'd want a bit lower because now it's going to be weird. Yeah. Yeah, it's a different atmosphere, not what I'm used to casinos, because the one time I've been there, I told you there were other guys at the table, all guys too, which I wonder if there's something to read into there. Either way, they were superstitious. I mean, real superstitious, which is interesting to me because I don't I don't know any superstitious people, but like I remember the dealer. She was doing really well apparently, like really well. She was basically cleaning house. Well, cleaning their houses. She was dirtying up her house. I don't know. Either way. And apparently, like, so she shuffled the cards better than how I just did it, because that was a terrible shuffle. But she shuffled the cards, and then she did like one more round after that. But then I guess like it was time for her break or something like that, so she called in another dealer and she left. And yeah, she left, and then the new dealer took over. And bear in mind, like the stack is like this big. It's got a lot of decks in it. And so the guys were like, oh well, if she's leaving, she touched the deck after shuffling, so you have to shuffle the deck again. Like talking to the new dealer. They're like, you have to shuffle the deck because she touched it, so you have to shuffle it. And they actually, like, the pit boss came over and was like, well, we can't shuffle it, but here. And he just touches it and goes, look, now I touched it. Now my luck is in the cards. And it's like, what? I don't understand the rules to this luck system you have. Either way, I did better with the new dealer than I was with the old one, so who knows, maybe there's something to it. I'm not particularly superstitious. I believe that the odds can line up in your favor, and you can call that luck, but I don't really believe that if you turn around 3 times and cross your fingers and squeeze your butt cheeks, you're gonna get a better result. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm missing something. Alright, that's better. The dexterity for it anymore. Alright, think of a card, and is that your card? I mean, statistically, theoretically, statistically, probably not, but there's a chance that I just freaked someone out by pulling that card. And I find that funny. As for the rest of you, that was obviously not your card because this was your card. That's right. I just freaked out at least 2 people, I'd imagine. But no, in all seriousness, that was your card. Alright then. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, I kind of did it. Barely. Well, I hope on some level this helped you relax, and I hope that it wasn't just me talking. I hope that you actually got some nice card sounds in there. Also hope this isn't too loud. I might have to edit this in post and just fiddle with it. Still, could be worse. You know, they say that every time you shuffle a deck of cards, it's the first time that this order of cards has ever shown up, because apparently there are more combinations in a deck of cards than there are atoms in the universe. Which is really impressive when you think about it. But part of me wonders if at two different times, at two different places, when the wind is right and you need it most, two people didn't at least once draw the same thing, shuffle the same deck of cards in the same order. I doubt it, but who knows? You never really know. Alright, pick a card. Every card. If I wasn't the one that had to clean them up, I would do the whole thing and just shut them at the camera. But, this ain't 52 pickup. And that's not how I do things. Alright, this is the Jack of Spades signing off. I wish you a good night, and I hope your new year is going well. Sweet dreams.